All right, let's see how this goes. This is a video for the first activity. It's the Geometry Do Now page, and you can see that we have the vocab review. That should already have been completed. And you watch the Google Slides, and you underlined each of the vocab terms as you watch those slides. Now, as we slide up here, we're going to complete a couple of these examples on the back. This is practice from lesson 4.2, but we're using it as review for this do now activity. So check out where it says here in the directions. Identify each pair of angles as alternate interior, alternate exterior, consecutive interior, or vertical. So let me grab my pen tool. So we have four choices. We have alternate interior. We'll just abbreviate that as AI. Alternate exterior. Instead of rewriting that whole thing, we'll say AE. Consecutive interior, we'll just put CON. And vertical, we'll just put V. So let me use the red tool here. So number one, we're looking for angles 9 and 11. So if you look at your picture, here's angle 9, here's angle 11 with their vertical angles. So with my red pen, I'm going to identify my vertical. Number two, we're looking for angle 3 and angle 9. So angle 3 here, angle 9 here. Now notice they are in the inside. Remember, interior is inside of the parallel lines there. But they're not alternating. They're on the same side as the transversal. The transversal being this line here. I'll thicken it in with black. So these would be consecutive interior. So CON. Number three, angle 3 and angle 12. So back to angle 3 and angle 12. Now those are alternate interior. They're both in the inside. I had shaded the interior angles with yellow, and they alternate. So those are alternate interior. So AI. I mean, the names of these angles, giving them away. Number 4, angle 8 and angle 6. Here's angle 8. Here's angle 6. They're vertical angles. Number 5, 8 and 15. 8 and 15. So here's 8, and here's 15. In this example, we're looking at this transversal, and 8 and 15 are on the outside, so they're exterior angles, and they alternate. So these are alternate exterior angles. So one of the get more math skill activities you're going to have to do is to figure out and match up the vocabulary, the name of the angle, and the pair of the angle, just like we did there. So we're going to skip number 6 and 7. We're going to go down now to, let's go to this picture right here. There's two pictures. We're going to look at this one. This one's special because it has a pair of parallel lines. And you can tell they're parallel because that little extra arrow there. So that line here and this line here are parallel. You can see that because of those little extra arrows. Then the other two lines would be referred to as the transversals. There's a transversal, and here's a transversal. So each transversal intersects each of the parallel lines in two different places, so it has two different intersections. Let's take a look at the top transversal, this one here. Notice there's a 95-degree angle already labeled there. Its vertical angle is angle 1, so they're going to have the same measure. So angle 1 is going to have 95 degrees. Now angle 1 and angle 12 are alternate interior angles. They're going to have the same measure. They're congruent. Angle 12 and angle 11, they're vertical. They're going to have the same measure. And you can say angle 11 and angle, the 95-degree angle originally, they're alternate exterior angles. They're going to have the same measure. Now to find out angle 5, if you put angle 5 with the 95-degree angle, you get 180 degrees. They're supplementary. So you need to subtract the 95 from 180, and you'd end up with 85 degrees for angle 5. And if angle 5 is 85, angle 4 is vertical, it's going to be 85. They're congruent. Angle 4 and angle 10 are alternate interior angles. They're going to have the same measure. And angle 9 and angle 10 are vertical. They're going to have the same measure, but angle 9 is also the alternate exterior angle to angle 5. Now looking at the second transversal, notice there's a 90-degree angle already labeled. So that's like a box there. Remember, those little boxes represent right angles. Well, 13 is a vertical angle from that, so that also has to be the same measure. That'll be 90, so that's right angle. Then you have alternate interior angles. Angle 8 and angle 13 are alternate interior. They're going to be the same, so angle 8 has to be 90 degrees also. And if angle 8 is 90, so does angle 7, because they're vertical. So all those angles are going to be right angles. Now let's go back to angle 3. Angle 3, if you add it to the 90-degree angle, has to be 180. And 180 minus 90 is another 90. So angle 3 is also 90. So at angle 2, they're vertical. Angle 14, they're alternate interior. They're going to be the same. And then angle 6 is vertical to angle 14. It's going to be the same. Oh, I shouldn't have put 60 degrees. I should have put 90. So knowing the angle pairs, which ones are congruent, which ones aren't, can make this pretty simple. So you're going to have the second skill in GMM that you're going to have to do later has to do with figuring out what angle measurements are. Now notice there are, for each transversal, there's 8 angles, but only 2 different angle measurements. 4 angles have the same, and the other 4 angles have the same. So do your best with those. So that ends the do know activity. So you should have filled in those examples. You don't have to do any more. So you did that picture there. We did these 5 problems up top here, and you underlined the vocab from the Google slideshow.